Good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Well, we finally got some liquidation. Finally. Welcome, everybody, to our Thursday the 22nd regular trading hours session. I'm JJ. Thanks for joining me. So, our inventory was long above yesterday's close. Got a nice liquidation. I was looking for 58.25. We ended up hitting 58.28 and 3/4. And now we're back up above 58.60. So what I'm looking for today is acceptance above or below 58.60 for longer term traders. This could be a look below and fail of 58.60, or it could be a look below and go. And if we go lower, of course, our overnight low is your first big target down, then 58.21, 58.01, and then we get into this gap from the beginning of the month. So that's what we're looking at right now on a longer term. Right now, that is our overhanging supply. It's above 58.80. So even if we do get a move higher, look for resistance as we get up into that level. Let's go take a look. What a curious thing. We've got a poor low and the overnight low. There's that 58.25. Nice responsive buying there. Back into the previous day's range. Let me go clean up this. Got all our lower stops got taken. It was a good liquidation. The bounce back is almost as impressive. You know, a 58.28 low back up to 58.66. It's a nice move back up. The overnight point of control did not get a chance to move lower. So that means it was a quick liquidation. A quick inventory adjustment. I'm good. Our session's going to be a little shorter today. I've got a cardiologist appointment, so we'll be doing an hour instead of an hour and a half. Hope that's okay. Now we're getting back into the cost basis of the overnight. And let's see what our 1 minute chart looks like. It's funny because I redid the balance zones here, but now we're right back into the balance zone that I originally had. It's too funny. I thought we'd stay down here and I thought I'd redo the balance zone, but no need. No need at all. See where VWAP is now. Oh, this market's a real dog's breakfast. Now, as LC and I, if LC was on voice right now, we'd be asking ourselves, how many people, and this is kind of interesting, how many people are trapped short under 58.54? Out of this volume, Out of the volume you see here, what do you think, Elsie? I think there's a fair number of people that are trapped short in here. We'll see when we get back down to 54 how strong that bid is. Something to consider. Something to consider. Well, you guys wanted action. Now you got it. Hey, Oka, how you doing? How are your eyes doing? Hope you're feeling better. Yeah, I think we'll get more continuation going into the into month end, you know? Because next week we got a short week. We got Monday off. Going into month end, I think it'll be pretty quiet. I mean, not quiet. I think we'll get bigger rotations, and especially coming into June, I think we'll get some bigger rotations. Well, I was redrawing the balance zone VS squad, and then we popped back into my original balance zone. So I started to redraw the balance zones here. But then I drew them and I went downstairs for a few minutes, came back up, and all of a sudden we're back in my original balance zone. So had we stayed down here, I would have just redrawn them. That's a big rotation back up. I was not expecting that big rotation back up. So trades off the open. I definitely think we'll test the close again. I think we'll auction down and test the close. Or I should say rotate down. Yeah, exactly, Lear. How you doing? Yeah, overnight traders got flushed out. And then we've got traders trapped short under 46, under 54. It's pretty much business as usual. Excuse me. Yes, indeed, Leslie. They did front run. They front ran that 58.25. That's a big level for me. And they came in and front ran that. So that's an interesting thing. And we're going to be watching 58.60 and 3/4, which is right here. I'll keep an eye on that. Do we open above it, below it? If we open above it, do we stay above it? I'll be looking for a backfill down at least a VWAP now. Yeah, nobody wants to have a negative Memorial Day, right? The thing is, if enough people short the market down here, we'll get a nice move up into Friday afternoon. Right? Got a nice, because you do two things. You know, don't fade America. When you flush out the market, you take all of those weak-handed traders and you flush them into wholesale bids. So, and you do another thing is if you get enough people trapped short down here, you can do the move back up, and you have some leverage, right? And leverage is the most important part in business. Is leveraging those who are in trouble, right? And I was watching that TV series called Trust. It's on Disney. It's about J. Paul Getty when his grandson gets kidnapped and he doesn't pay the ransom. He refuses to pay the ransom. That's what you've got to be like when you're trading. Like the guy's just completely heartless, you know, no emotion until they cut off the kid's ear and send it to him. Then he kind of like, oh, okay. That's what we have to be like in our trading. Just ruthless with our capital, you know, just absolutely ruthless. High functioning sociopaths, exactly. That's what we have to become when we're trading. Just to keep our money, you know. We unfortunately as retail traders, we tend to give our money away too easily. Let's see here. Little look below and fail of 61 and 3/4. So right now, pre-market, we're finding bids here. Should see some rotation up. And of course, we want to see where those sellers are coming in and selling. We had, before the liquidation, we were in this balance. Oh my God. How long did this go on? From 6:30 in the morning to like noon. Just back and forth and back and forth. So there'll be some inventory up here. As we said, above 66, 68, 70, right? Okay. Looking at yesterday's profile, we have single prints to the downside, just under that A low, so we do have inventory above us. We should get some decent trades today. Now that we've had a couple of nice liquidations, we should be able to have some nice rotations. I think the price action should be pretty decent as well. Hey, Jem, how you doing? I saw you left me a message. I didn't have a chance to read it. Yeah, I think a move down off the open is not crazy. At least down to 59. We're going to come test that 60 and 3/4 now. Let's see. 15 minutes to the open. Hi, 410. Oh, welcome to the stream. Thank you. So we created some really nice demand off that 58.39 all the way up to 58.65. Now we're going to go put it on sale a little bit. So those of you who are, shorting, if you're shorting here, right, say you're shorting, you're looking for a response at VWAP, and of course, you want the market to stay offered under 61. Like I'm short one at 60 and a half, and I got a 59 bid in there, but I'm getting front run. So I might just have to slide my buy order up to 59 quarter. There, I'm filled. If we break VWAP at 58, look for bids in 54. Hey, Jaden, that's no problem. I hope you got some rest. Yeah. Sellers stepped in right there, Lear. You're right. Good call. Little bounce off VWAP. Let's see if they sell into it. So you want that offer to come now underneath VWAP and push lower, right? Now, those people who are selling here, if their software sees bids, they'll lift the offer. If the software doesn't see bids, it'll push price down to capture the buyers under 56. You see? So if you're short, say you shorted up here like I did, and you're still short, you can hold into that short as long as that offer keeps moving lower. Right? We need that offer to move lower. Push price lower. Sellers compete. The offer moves lower. Right? Sellers only sell lower because they have to. Right? Nobody wants to sell lower. But if you have to get these buyers and other people are going to grab them, you got to catch them. So that's why it's a little. And then when it's going lower like this, you notice how it moves lower and then it pops up and it moves lower and it pops up. There's that chop. That means there's some people who are short underneath 54. And they're coming in just underneath VWAP to bid the market. Nice. So if you're short and we lose that seller under VWAP, that tells you most likely that price will rotate back above 58. You can get a lot of information off just a simple 1-minute candle chart. All you got to know is how to interpret that information. There we go. So if you're still short, put some 55, 54 and 3/4 bids in, and we should rotate back down. Yeah, exactly, Elsie. It's nice to make some money before RTH because you go into RTH without any sort of pressure to make money. The only thing you have to do now is keep the money that you made. This allows you to be much more picky about your trading setups. When traders are desperate, when they haven't made any money, they'll take really, really stupid trades just to push it. One thing I learned in sales, when I first started selling, there was a senior salesman who trained me, and I used to call him Dash Riprock because he was slick. He was one of those guys, who had the polo shirts with the collars turned up like the yuppies in the 80s. And he'd be like, "Are you nervous?" And I'm like, "Yeah, a little nervous about doing 100 cold calls a day." And he's like, "Listen, just act as if. Act as if you don't need their money. And if you can apply that a little bit in trading, right? If you can act like you don't have to take the trade, right? That you're not forced to take the trade. If you're not desperate, right? That helps you sort of stay focused. Be a little snooty, you know? It's when you're desperate. That's when you lose a lot of money. Not only in trading, but also doing deals and in negotiations. Little look below and fail of 54 and a quarter. So if you're doing a long off 54 and a quarter, you got your stop underneath. We'll be looking for sellers around 56 half, 57. Right? Yeah, exactly, LC. If you take a bigger picture approach, make $100 a day, that's an extra $4,000 a month in income. Right? There you go. That's a nice little look below and fail of 54 and a quarter. So that's basically what we do is we take these trades when the market gets underneath a level, you short that level, you put your stop here. When it gets back above a level, you go long here, put your stop here. And you trade from the outside in. So if you're long, say you're long 55, sell a little here at 58, your next seller up is going to be right there. Yeah, I don't want to start getting into that era, and I don't want to get into trouble. Right? I don't want to get canceled. So I'll let you guys discuss that. So we found some nice bids under 55. Right? We corrected inventory up, corrected it down, and now maybe this would be nice. Maybe I'm asking for too much here. But if we open and just do this, I'd be really happy with that. Just do nice rotations from 54 to 61. I could get behind that. No stress rotation trades. Those are my kind of trades. So once again, folks, the session's going to be a half an hour shorter. I apologize. But it's tough getting cardiologist appointments. It's like trying to get a business meeting with a billionaire. So when they call and they say they have a last minute opening, I got to jump all over it. Oh, don't get old. No, it's all good. I have to have this little surgery done, so they're just checking up on me because I get a rapid heartbeat every once in a while. So it's called an ablation. No big deal. Hey, after you've had open heart surgery, any other surgery is no big deal. How do you manage the rotation with a VWAP in the middle? It is a bit of a pain in the butt, Josh. It's well, here's the thing. If the zone is big enough, I can go long 55 to 58 and take those 3 points, right? Same thing with the short. 61 down to 58, take those 3 points. I don't have to capture the whole part of the zone. And if I do that trade a couple of times, it's like taking the whole zone, right? Cut it up. Oh, welcome to the room, Jugala. Hope your cat's feeling better. And now we're going to settle into some chop. Now, Josh, when the zone is, say VWAP was here in the middle of this blue zone, then it's a bit of a pain because the zone's only 4 points. So I just probably won't trade it. That's true, Aubrey. You do have to have a loss limit of how much you're going to like. Sometimes if you lose a certain amount of money, you should just stop trading, especially when you're starting out because you don't have the ability to make it back. A lot of people think that if you lose money that you'll make it back. When you're a new trader, guess what? You don't have the ability to turn losses into profits. You just don't have that ability because you're trading off the back foot. You don't have the skill. You don't have the skill. You don't have the ability to think under pressure. You don't have the ability to execute under pressure, right? That's why no new trader ever makes back what they lost. That's the worst thing to say to a person, but that money is gone. Yeah, that money is gone. All right, we're off to the races. And you have to be at peace with that. All right, let's go test the previous day low. Nope, look below and fail at 54 again. Oh, psych! Just when you think it's going to sell off, that magic bid is just under here. Let's try it again. Yep, look at the response. Now, if we stay under 56, the buyers are going to get a little tired. I'll wait for the next candle. I'll wait for the next candle. Oh, and look, they're penalizing me by taking it up to 58. All right, let's see. Come on down. Okay, got some 55, sold 57, no, 56. That was a crappy trade. That's okay. Let's see if that. There we go. 55 to 57. Trailing my stop because I was slow putting in my sell order. 55 long out at 59. Over 61. Sellers will be at 64. If we take that out, the stops are at 66 and a quarter. Look above and fail of 61, back down to 54. Now let's see where we find the low again. Oh, thanks, Azu. We do have news, don't we? At 9:45 and at 10 o'clock. Thank you for that. Now we're going to flush it down. Look for the previous day low at 47 and 3/4. There it is. This is good. All of those folks that got short on this inventory correction back up, this is allowing them to do some covering. Under 46 and 3/4, we'll be looking for 43. If we get back up over 46 and 3/4, look for 50. It's completely natural for the market to go and test the overnight low on days like this. I would not consider going long until we regained yesterday's range. Let the larger traders work this out. If you're short, your next target is 43. There it is. Should be a seller at the previous day low. If not, back up to 50. Hey, Alex. How you doing? That's a big green candle. So remember how we were saying, where did people get short? And first I said down here there was responsive buying. Then we said somewhere around here. So everyone underneath 43 now. How can you tell? Because that's where the low is when the market opens. Little secret. Where support is, after a liquidation, where support is, that's where the shorts are trapped and that's where they're buying to cover. Look for rotation down to 48 again. The shorts are always the first people to come in and buy. As soon as a market liquidates. Because it's a risk-off trade, right? Oh, let's see. Now, if it gets slow, means we had a big rush of business and then it slows down, right? We need more people to come into the store. That's what happens when the candles start getting smaller. Sellers are at 54 now. Hey, Jerry, how you doing? We'll go try 47 3/4 again. There it is. Little bounce off the previous day low, back up. Now let's see where they sell into it. Oh, 52? Let's see. A little too choppy for me now, so this is like a no trade for me. I'd rather wait for a look below and fail of 39 or us to get back into this red zone. Hey, Wolf, what's going on? It's going to be sellers at VWAP. That's natural, right? It just front ran VWAP. All right, let's see if we can get past the goalie here at 57, where VWAP is. I'm very curious what this summer market's going to be like. Is it going to be slow and boring? There's our friend in the White House. Is he going to be shooting off his mouth all the time? I don't know. We'll see. Never a dull moment, right? Never a dull moment. Okay, over VWAP. Let's see. Can we stay over VWAP? If we get up over 58, look for 61 and 3/4. Creeping. Creeping. There's 60. 60 and a half. 61. Almost. Almost got there. If we hold the middle of the zone, we'll be able to stay above VWAP. Let's see if we can do that. That's right. There's news in like 2 minutes, right? Good observation, Jaden. See, I notice, guys, that you're really starting to describe the markets and be more proactive with the candles. It's really good. It's really good to see. Useful information, right? Okay. Let's see if we can stay in the range of yesterday. I'm glad you watched the morning video, AKS or Alexander. I think Alexander K is AKS, right? If memory serves. Hey, Cryptomania, what's going on? Oh, that's good, Aubrey. Okay. News in 30 seconds. Be fast or be flat. I elect to be flat. So I'm not in a trade right now. Hey, Taco, what's up? It's a nice clean chart. Like to see that. Well, there we go. It's getting frisky. Doesn't know what to do. Order book thins out and it just bangs around and doesn't go anywhere. Let's see. You know what this is like? This is like when Rocky has to chase the chicken in Rocky 1. The chicken's just running around. It's not really going anywhere. But it keeps people busy. Right. No thanks. I don't want to trade this. I'll wait. And then we have news in another 15 minutes too, right? The U.S. government still makes pennies? I didn't know that. Okay, Alexander. Thought you were a guy in our room who calls himself AKS. This morning's video, it was really, really slow, and we used the very slow price action to really, really dig into the candles and have them tell us what's really going on in a market. I think it was quite useful. I do not use hotkeys. No hotkeys, no hot pockets, none of that stuff. Like I said, I'm flat. I didn't trade this news move. No hotkeys, no hot pockets, no hot feet. Nothing hot. I'm a lukewarm trader. I haven't used hotkeys since like 1997, back in the Vancouver Stock Exchange days, because the Vancouver Stock Exchange trading terminal didn't have a mouse. You had to put all your orders in using the keyboard. It was the only good thing about taking typing in high school. What's up, Marcel? Oh, well, this is a bit of a chop fest, isn't it? How you doing? Actually, I'm not a candle expert, so I really don't care about whether it's a wick or whatever it is. All I care about is where it prints. Is there a transaction there? There's a transaction there. I don't care if it's a wick or whatever it is. All I care about is the print. And that's what I said. Right? See, there's a print here and a print here. There's a print here and a print here. Doesn't matter where, as long as there's a transaction, that's what I want to see. All I care about is the top of the candle and the bottom of the candle. The top of the candle shows me where the sellers are initiating. The bottom of the candle shows me where the sellers stop selling. Like the bottom of this candle here. That's where they stopped selling. And then the price rotated up. That's all I care about. Right? The bottom of the candle and the top of the candle. Now, as we get to the top of these candles, I will expect a seller to be here. And if they are, then the price will rotate back down. Because that's just commerce. Now, I know you guys interpret wicks and twicks and bwicks and all of that stuff, but I don't know what it means. So all I care about is the print. Right? I'm looking for a print. If the top of the candle is there, can we print above it? If the bottom of these candles is here, can we print below it? If we can't, then we do this barcode thing. Back and forth. See, they found some buyers, right? Let's see if we can get past VWAP now, right? Or is this, see, if we get above VWAP and then we come back under 54, there's no follow through. Now, if you're looking for longs, right, and you stay above 54 and you get past 58, it's just like a subway. You know, your next stops are just going to be here, here, I can't remember, Alexander, I do 2 videos a day just for you guys, and then I do other videos. So maybe just rewind it, because I can't remember it off the top of my head. That's the problem when you talk too much. You don't remember in detail exactly what you say. I know I would not talk directly about wicks. I don't use the word wick, right? I never use that word. You candle traders use the word wick. All I care about is the top and the bottom of the candle. And if I was addressing wicks, then all I would say is just what I just said. All I care about is where the thing prints. And a print is a transaction. It's an old trader term for a transaction. Have a good one, Dave. Enjoy your night, brother. See, I'm expecting a seller at that white line. And there they are. See? Now, if those sellers see buyers, they will raise their price over 65.5. It's a print, Alexander. It's a transaction. When industry is conducting business, that means it transacts. Somebody bought there and somebody sold there. That's all you need to care about. Drop the rest. Now you can relax. See? They got people willing to pay over 65. Right? Remember, everything I talk about is simple. That's why it confuses people. Because people are expecting really, really complex crap. And because all we're doing is selling the same product for the last 40 years, it's not. It's just really simple. There we go. So we got all of that inventory now is under 65. Let's go sell it. Yeah, like I say, crypto money, I just care about the print. All I care about is the transaction. Right? The last transaction was at 69. This candle can't transact at 69.25. Right? Look at it. This is what you guys need to focus on instead of all of that stuff you talk about. That candle traded at 69.25. That one couldn't because there's a seller who got in and pushed price down. That's all that matters. It's all that matters. Everything else is just noise. See, when you overthink this stuff, you can't execute with a crap. You ever see like a really, really, really smooth, one of the great traders, right? It's almost like they're in a flow state, especially when they're trading size. And it's not like they've got a bunch of formulas going in their head, candle shapes, all of that stuff, right? They are reacting to the order flow that comes in, and they're trading out their inventory or they're trading into their inventory. That's all you're doing. Alrighty. Now you can see there's a seller at 65.5. So the seller moved from here to here to here. That's what you guys would create a trend line with, right? So when the offer is moving lower, you don't want to go long. When the offer is moving higher, you don't want to go short. Well, let's see what next period does. See how the sellers are stepping in? Now, if we see bids, we'll get over the top of this candle here. Boom. Whoa, hello. I guess they heard me. Right? If the sellers see buyers, boom, they'll lift the price. Big buy order comes in, raise the price and fill them at the highs. Right? Nice. Well, see, I think they got quite a few people trapped short under 54, LC. I think that's going to help push it up. Let's see if we can take the overnight high. And once again, remember, folks, I'm cutting it a bit short today because I got to run out to the doctor. Have a wonderful morning. Please come visit us at the Trading Syndicate. There's a code at the bottom of my screen. Get a little bit of a deal. And I promise you that we will, you'll learn more in a month with us than you will in a year anywhere else. That's guaranteed. And it's practical information. No, just check up. But it's hard to see doctors here, so when they call you and say they've got an opening, you got to run. Otherwise, you wait 3 months. So, in the old days, I would have put it off, but now I'm on the ugly side of 55, so I actually have to look after my health. uh, remember, don't forget to use stops. It kind of looks like we're accepting over 60, 58.60. Sort of getting that impression, but we'll see. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Just use the levels and trade safe out there, okay? Thanks, folks. We'll see you in a little bit. Fudo, if you're interested, Fudo, if you're not happy with the education, why don't you DM me and we can chat? Okay? Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.